All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS whom rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers, and peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful leg out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And what I want to get into this morning real quick, okay, as we've been hearing talks, all right, about okay, the comeback, all right, of cases, all right. You know what cases that I'm speaking of, and as you can see, health experts, all right, predict uptick in U.S. cases due to the new BA2, all right, V, okay, which you can read, all right, what the V stands for, okay. And pretty much, all right, Fauci is back on the scene, and he's doing his predictions of what he knows is going to happen. And pretty much we know, all right, that the way that they used it the first time, to sway people, all right, to compromise themselves, okay, with this substance, all right, that was being injected in people. And with the second time around, there's no telling, where this man is going to take it. And just like Eliasha Wumba, he made the point on pretty much, Esau Edom is wearing people's minds out, with all this, back and forth between it's the a war one week, it's a pandemic the next few months, and the pandemic go away, then this happened, and Putin, is you all over the place, okay, and it's wearing out the minds of the people, okay, and just as when this is pretty much the first summer, in the last 2 or 3 years, where people feel pretty much unleashed, okay. So imagine putting those restrictions back out there, that had people already frustrated, okay, and especially since people have pretty much see that these narratives are BS, man, okay. So this is back on the scene, all right, and I'm gonna play this little video, and then get a couple precepts. But just wanted to go into this real quick, to show you that, hey, guess who's back, okay.
Tamagotchi pig. Hey, who can help me take care of my Tamagotchi? How do you connect with others?
Oh,
Not
boy.
like that. Oh dear. Yep, it's that simple. How about making new friends and going on a play date? You've got it. There's so much to see and do. With just one click, the fun begins. Tamagotchi Picks. The excitement grows every day. Batteries not included, each sold separately.
Oh, come on, man. Let's see. Looks like it's not going to play. Give it a little second, but in the meantime, we'll just read a little bit of it. It might come on. Where you go into it, said Fauci said he expects an uptick in cases due to the BA2, but not necessarily a massive surge like other V's have caused. That's despite the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recently relaxing mask recommendation for most Americans. Okay, so they still going to leverage this boogeyman over the heads, okay, of the people, all right, as a means of mass control, man. Okay, now let me see if this one will play. Oh boy, not again. Okay. And even with this, man, you see the QRC code on the game, the play dates, with the two little girls going on the play date. Even with this, man, Tamagotchi is wickedness, man. Is pure wickedness, man. Okay. Disguised as, cute, being cute. Okay. But let's see with this play. Okay, here we go.
Round, if you will, another surge. Would it be BA2, Doctor? It would be, yeah, it would be BA2 at this point. Probably BA2 represents about 50% of all cases in many parts of this country right now. The CDC data is lagging. Certainly the data coming out of Connecticut suggests that. So we already have a high prevalence of BA2. We're starting to see some uptick in data in cases if you look at the wastewater data, as Meg alluded to. And we'll probably see that flow through in terms of diagnosed cases and some rise in hospitalizations. I don't think this is going to be another major wave of infection, but we're probably going to go up from here before we continue the declines. It's true that Europe is seeing a wave of infection right now. We're about 3 weeks behind Europe, but we also have the benefit of getting further into the spring, which is going to provide some seasonal backstop against a very big surge of infection. Could we get to 60,000 cases a day or somewhere around there? It's possible that we get back to those kinds of levels before we start to decline again. But as we have this mini bump, and I think it's going to be some kind of mini surge, as we get further into the spring and the summer, we should see cases start to come down again. So it's going to be a lot like last spring where we saw a bump up of infections in the springtime from B117, and then we continued our declines and we had very low levels in June and July.
Well, the most important question, I thank you for all that information, but where I was going to go after that was, what do we know about the pathology of BA2 in vaccinated individuals, in unvaccinated individuals, and...
So, you see it. Okay, I don't even have to play the rest of it. You know where they going with it. Okay? They give you a scripted crisis, and they come with a pre-made solution, man. So you see, okay, this man's agenda, okay? You see how he finna move, man, all right? And when you go to Micah 2:1, it says, woe to them, which is destruction, man. This man will be destroyed for how he rules the earth, man, and wickedness, man, okay? It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evils upon their bed. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And since they control all these different, corporations, okay? Because when you look at all these corporations, they're pretty much financed by the same few banks, man. Now it's a lot of confusion and paperwork, and this bank own this bank and this corporation really own these 10 corporations. There's a lot of confusion, but this man pretty much has complete control over the majority of business and traffic and commerce in the earth, man. Okay? And this the media, okay? This man has control of these things, and with that, man, what does he do? Wickedness. Okay? So we're seeing him gearing up again to push, okay, that substance, all right? More restrictions, plus you have the inflation. Okay, so imagine, another, lockdown with these inflations, man. Okay, so as we're commanded, all right, we just gonna stay on our watch, man, and watch how this guy moving, man. But you see, he's gearing up to do a part 2. Okay, this is Ezekiel 3:17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. So, we're just going to give a warning, okay, on things that we see. Because the ultimate Yahweh Shema Shai that's in full control of Esau, all right, to bring forth the end, okay? The thing that he's doing, to think he's keeping himself in power, is actually removing him from power, okay? So as this man makes his moves, we're just going to watch and report, man, okay? But be ready for the part 2 of the thing again, all right? More restrictions, and, we'll see, all right? So Lord will, you brothers and you few souls are edified. Till next time I say shalom.